Update 19 on Hurricane Irma, still a Category 5 with winds of 175 miles an hour and a pressure of 922 millibars. This estimate coming just before the National Hurricane Center's update. They may say slightly differently. 21 degrees north, 71 degrees west, and hurricane warnings are in effect for the whole of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, which the storm is pretty much upon right now. Still an extremely dangerous storm, and this is what we expect in its track forecast over the next few days and its intensity. We expect it to remain fairly south as it moves towards the west-northwest, passing south of many of those islands in the Bahamas and north of Cuba, and then moving very close for comfort towards Florida. We don't know at this point whether or not it will make landfall there in southeastern Florida, but it still remains a distinct possibility. Right now it's 29 miles south of Coburn Town, 54 miles southeast of East Caicos, and 278 miles east of Guantanamo. It's a stage 8 on the CDPS scale, and it could produce catastrophic damage to any areas that it makes landfall on or where the strongest winds are present. So these are the current warnings just ahead of the National Hurricane Center update, not likely to change. The northern coast of the Dominican Republic, Haiti and the Turks and Caicos Islands and the Bahamas under hurricane warnings. Hurricane watches extending for large parts of Florida and for parts of Cuba as well, and tropical storm warnings for the southern Dominican Republic and Haiti and for a significant part of eastern Cuba. So those are the current situations right now, and you can see the percentage chances of hurricane conditions on the right hand side for many of those locations as the storm progresses towards that direction. So lots of warnings in effect, and they could extend later tonight into tomorrow. But taking a look at the effects expected in the next 48 to 72 hours, you can see where the storm is expected to go. All of those small islands there in the Turks and Caicos and the southern Bahamas could get massive wind speeds in the next 24 to 48 hours. Andros Island may well be involved as well as we enter into Saturday, and then you can just about see the storm eyeing Florida by Saturday as it draws ever nearer. This is what we have right now. Jose is a Category 3 storm out over there, and hurricane watches are in effect for Barbuda and those other islands again, and a Category 1 Katia over in the Bay of Campeche. That's what the Atlantic looks like right now in terms of wind shear. Wind shear is fairly low for Irma right now, but it may rise a little bit, and that's probably one of the reasons why we expect a little bit of weakening, as well as the storm moving a bit further on and maybe picking up some pace as well. This is how it has been looking in the latest frames. No relent by the looks of things. It's had an eyewall replacement cycle or two, and it's weakened the storm slightly, but looking at the infrared imagery here, its eyewall is still remaining mostly intact in the northwestern side, which is the most vulnerable side it would appear at this moment, but it's still holding on strong, and the eye temperature remains fairly warm as well, around 17 Celsius at this point, which is pretty much what it has been over the last few days. When it was peaking at 185 miles an hour, the eye temperature was in the 20s. That's all for now, more soon. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.co.uk, at your service at any time with its tracker. You can also find us on YouTube, search Force 13 if you're not there already, subscribe if you haven't. You can also find us on Facebook and on Twitter, search Force 13 all in text to find us on there. You can also add Fool13 on Skype, that's FOOL13, and add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.